Is kayak fishing worth it? Well, the short answer is yes, but let's talk about kayak fishing. Let's go. I'm gonna give you 5 top reasons why kayak fishing is worth it. And we're gonna start with the first one, which is affordability. Seriously, with just like $200, you could buy a kayak, used kayak, or maybe one of those from Walmart, which I don't recommend, but hey, get what you need. Just $200, you could just grab a little kayak and start fishing. Now, I don't recommend you going really far away with that kayak. Just know where you're fishing, take a personal flotation device with you. The truth is that with just $200, you can start fishing. So one of you guys mentioned this. $5,000 would get you a top-of-the-line fishing kayak or a fishing kayak setup that you could pretty much fish anywhere, any waters, and have a blast doing it. But $5,000 will get you like a really old boat with a lot of headaches. And that is true. So it is affordable to get yourself into top-of-the-line fishing gear when it comes to kayak fishing. But for boats and other things, it's not gonna even be enough to get you into a decent vessel. So affordability, kayak fishing, is it worth it? Yes, affordable. You could fish on a little tiny kayak with little money or a super high-end kayak with just $5,000 and have all the toys. These next 2 reasons are probably the main reason why people opt to buy a fishing kayak instead of a boat and why it is worth for them to own a fishing kayak. We're talking about transportation and storage. Those are huge. For example, here in Florida, when you buy a single family home, you think, oh my God, I got like a lot of space. I could put a big trailer on the back, have my boat, all that stuff. Not so much. A lot of single family homes, the backyard, the side yard is like this. Like you have basically no access to your backyard. And if you don't have a house in the corner, good luck, right? So for those people, for a lot of people that live in the little townhouses or don't drive a truck, owning a kayak is a far better deal than a boat. If you look at little kayaks like the Old Town Sportsman 106 PDL or the Pelican Catch 110 High Drive, those are little tiny kayaks that you cart up, put on the back of your truck, store them in your balcony, in your backyard, side yard, even inside of your house, because those are tiny boats. And guess what? You get all the fishing stuff. You could go fishing in a lot of waters that those boats go fishing to. Didn't mean to turn this into a boat versus kayak discussions, but it is really important to know that with a fishing kayak, you could fish the same waters you could fish on a boat, and you don't have to deal with the hassle of transportation and storage that you have with a boat. That's why it is worth it to kayak fish. This next reason is probably one of the things that make me fall in love with kayak fishing, and that is that you could rig up the boat the way you like it. Again, you could get a $200 used kayak and buy a bunch of PVC pipes and milk crates and bunch of stuff, a trolling motor of eBay, God knows where you get it, and you could transform that little 200 kayak into a motorized fishing kayak, and with all the bells and with, of course, it's a lot of work, a lot of times you're gonna fail and all this stuff, but it's just fun. You could rig up the kayak the way you want, and that for me just makes it worth it. Now, if you don't want to deal with any of the DIY stuff, you don't have to. You could buy everything already made for you. Like, for example, if you want to motorize your kayak, you could get a Bixpy, link below, affiliate link by the way, or you could get a Torpedo. The options are endless. Now, if you don't want to deal with any of that, and you want a kayak that comes ready to fish with a motor, Old Town 120 ready to go. That thing is just plain amazing with iPilot that you able to set your speed and course and go somewhere while you're just whatever cleaning your fish or fishing, or the spot lock that kayak offers that you could just anchor yourself in the middle of the ocean and stay within 5 feet of wherever you press that button. Amazing. Look, you get everything. You get everything that you may want to have on a boat, on a kayak. You could have it. You could have everything, or you could have nothing, just a kayak paddle. The oceans are endless, and that makes it worth it. You could fish off the bank, or you could fish off a big boat or a dock, whatever, but still you are on a heavy structure that doesn't really move. Now, fishing off a kayak is a completely different story, and just the feeling that you get of being on the water, of fighting that fish, of a little tiny vessel, that the fish would just pull you away. That's a feeling that I can't describe to you. It's just an amazing feeling. You're closer to nature. The fight is just way better. Even a small fish feels like a giant fish because you don't have that, like you're not in solid ground pulling that thing to you. You are in their environment. This is why it's worth it. Just like try to do it. Try to go fishing off a kayak. Try to catch a nice fish off a kayak, and I think you'll be hooked for life. But not only that, like just being on the water, being there, doing nothing, just thinking, like breathing, relaxes you. Like water has healing powers. Countless time I have just finished a video and I just stay there doing nothing. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like my mind is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, my other self is like, dude, you're just relaxing. You're just enjoying nature. And that's what it is. That's why it's worth it, right? If you're gonna fish, just do it off a kayak. I think it's 10 times better than a boat or fishing from land, all that stuff. It's just try it. Just try. This is probably the main reason why a lot of professional boat anglers like to kayak fish. And it's because it makes them a better angler. Think about it. You don't have the 90 miles an hour boat anymore. You have a little boat that maybe goes 5 miles an hour. So you have to pick the place where you want to fish and break that down, like cover all that area from A to Z. You're not just cast twice, don't get anything, and just hit dump gas and go away somewhere else really far away, and you miss a bunch of fish on the way. So it makes you a better angler. It makes you work on your gear better, that you only take what you need and you don't take like 10,000 different rods and 10,000 different baits that you don't even open. So it makes you a better organized, a better angler, and also teach you more about fishing in general, because you're gonna be able to just go to one spot and work it out. So 100% makes you a better angler. That's why kayak fishing is worth it. I hope you like these reasons. If you didn't, comment below or comment with your own reason why kayak fishing is worth it.